So let me set the scene for you. You've just been rejected by somebody. Maybe they've told you that they don't view you as more than a friend, or maybe they have told you that they're not really looking for a relationship right now. There's too much going on in their lives. Or maybe they even tell you that they just want to be friends with you. You know, that's the common ones. Or they just outright tell you, ew, I would never go for someone like you. And trust me, it happens. But now the question maybe you have right now is, how do I either make them regret rejecting me, or how do I get them to like me? And I'm about to give you a full proof. This will give you 120% the best outcome. This is going to guarantee your best interest. And that is none other than, I want you to take your phone and put it down. Yes, put down your phone and let it go. Yeah, I know a lot of you didn't want to hear that, but yeah, you just gotta let it go, man. You just gotta let it go. Rejection hurts, man. I've been there an unhealthy amount of times, but you know, it hurts, man, but you just gotta let it go. The best outcome after the situation is just let it go. But no, Jeff, you know, I've seen something and they kind of like on the fence. Choose people that choose you, bro, or sis. Choose people that choose you, man. And without getting into too much detail, recently I've been telling you guys that I'm going through something, and let's just say I chose somebody who was half-seas or never chose me at all but pretended to choose me, and I chose them fully, and I got stabbed in the back really hard. Actually, not really hard, multiple times, and the price was too high, and I paid it in full because I felt like, you know, maybe if I hang around a little bit more, if I gave them more, they would probably start acting the way I wanted them to act, or the way they were supposed to act. But you know, I was dealing with a pretender, so it's a long story. I'll maybe make that video another time. But now we're dealing with rejection, and you know, you're trying to come up with ideas of how you're gonna maybe like convince them. You can never convince anyone who is not choosing you to choose you, man. It doesn't matter how much money you'll make. It doesn't matter how handsome you'll get. If they're not choosing you, bruv, or sis, they're pretty much not choosing you. That's just it, man. Just let it go. Just let it go. It's painful. Maybe you have built castles in the air about this person. You feel some type of way when you see them, when they're in close proximity. Maybe they're your classmate and you see them every day. Maybe it's a coworker and you see them every day, and maybe they're in the same neighborhood, or maybe it's a next door neighbor, you know. These feelings come to us in a very unexpected way. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that you just gotta let it go, man. And I know it hurts. It hurts. No one likes rejection, be it a job rejection, a relationship rejection, or even someone telling you no, and it's someone you probably thought would say yes. And maybe you invested time in them, you invested money in them, you showed up for them, and but they never viewed you as a romantic partner. And I would highly suggest you stay away from these videos that tell you, oh, this is the reason why she friend-zoned you, she never thought you were masculine enough, and all that bullshit. You're not the alpha male, she's probably fucking somebody else who's more masculine and you just gave off feminine energy. That's a load of crap, man. If someone didn't like you, they didn't like you. It doesn't matter if you're the alphaest of alpha males or you're the betaest of beta males. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying at this point. But what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't matter why they did not choose you. The fact is, they did not choose you. And they are completely, and I repeat, they are warranted to feel that way. Because in life, we go for what we want. And if they don't want you and you want them, you need to respect their decision. and be the bigger man. And it's not talking bad about them or saying, oh, they're not even that cute. Bruv, come on, man, grow up. Just take it like a man, respect their decisions, and move on and let it go. And if they tell you that, hey, you know, like, we can still be friends. Now, there are a couple of situations that could work. If they are, like I said, in close proximity, maybe they are a coworker, maybe they are a classmate or something, and you get to see them every day, a healthy casual relationship would work. You just don't hang around them too often if you don't have to, and just keep your distance, but be friendly. You know, if they come and ask you a question, answer them like a normal person. Don't answer them with attitude or make it seem as if, oh, you hurt me, I'm gonna try and hurt you back. Don't try and look for the next girl in maybe your workplace or class to try and make them jealous. You're only hurting yourself at the end of the day. What you need to do is you need to live your life and just let them be. If they're seeing somebody else, be happy for them. That's just it, man. Be a good person. Just be happy for them and just move on. And that's pretty much it. It's that simple. If it's someone you'll never see again, maybe you were at a camp or you met them at a bar or something, just someone you'll never see again, I would highly suggest you just leave it at that. Just don't chase that. It's not really worth it. You know, in certain circumstances, I prefer if you just let it go in that instance, because you'll never see them again. You know, deleting their number is a good place to start, and also in following them on social media if you had gone that far. It's a good place to start, because the moment you keep revisiting that situation, it's just gonna make you feel bad. And you know, so in that situation, I would suggest you just let it go completely, and you just don't look back in that regard. The other one is if you maybe began as friends and you developed feelings along the way and you kind of like never told them, and then all of a sudden you told them and they decided to reject your offer and said, hey, we can still be friends. Now that really depends on you. Are you comfortable with the fact that they might start seeing someone else and you might see them with someone else? They might come and tell you about someone else, or maybe, you know, the more you sit with them, it's going to hurt you. Now that's a call you're going to have to make. If by being in close proximity with them, and that goes for all three scenarios, if it causes more harm than good, which 99% of the time it will, I don't think it's healthy. Doesn't mean you have to be enemies, but like I said, distance is a good thing to have. But if you're mature enough, or you feel like you're strong enough that you could stick around as a friend, like genuinely as a friend, I'm not talking like, oh, I'm just gonna stick around and hopefully she'll realize. No, if that is your perspective, I would highly suggest you cut all communications and just give it some time, and then maybe after you heal or you get over it, you can try and salvage the friendship. And if it's unsalvageable at that point, you just move on. And you know, maybe they might say, oh, so the only reason you're my friend is because you wanted me to become your girlfriend or boyfriend and all that stuff. Not really, you know. We don't ask to feel certain things for certain people. It just happens. And if it happened, it doesn't mean that our friendship prior to that was fake. It just means that I now gained a different perspective. And now that perspective was broken or shattered, I now have to build a whole new one that, you know, and learn to maybe plan ahead without you in the picture, learn to adjust my life without me thinking that, oh, me and this person could make something out of nothing. So like I said, majority of the time it's your call on how you feel as a person. And I've been there, dog, and how I handle it is just I just burn all the bridges, man. I just let it burn, dog. I just let it burn, bro. I don't really I don't stick around that much, because I know myself. I know how I can behave. I know how jealous I would get. I know how how insecure probably I'll feel. I know how I am, and that, like I said, it really depends on the type of person you are and how deep these feelings go. So it's your call to make. Just look at your situation and see how you can handle it as a person. Like I said, it's nothing personal. Please do not take rejection personally. Sometimes the person can make it personal, like if they say you're ugly, or they just point out certain flaws that you probably have in their eyes. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. That's just a terrible person you met, and that's really about them. It's not really about you. If putting someone down so that you can reject them it's not something a good person would do. So even if they did that, it really doesn't reflect on the type of person you are. It reflects the type of person they are. But if they were mature and they told you in the best possible way and they didn't lie to you, hey, look on the bright side. They never lied to you. They told you how they feel. Imagine if they just told you what you wanted to hear, and you were in this one-sided relationship or this one-sided pursuit of happiness, and they don't really reciprocate, or they breadcrumb you, and you end up feeling even more alone than you felt when you were trying to court them. So like I said, that's a dope person, and it doesn't mean just because they're a dope person, oh, they're a dope person, so should I stay around? No, not really. They're a good person, but you also have to choose yourself at this point and make sure you're good. So what I'm trying is just put yourself first, and focus on yourself, and just build yourself up, sit in that pain. I would say sit in that pain as much as possible and understand what happened and why it happened. And maybe there are certain things you did in the pursuit of this and that were not good. And, you rectify those mistakes. And just because one person or 2 people or 10 people or 100 people didn't choose you doesn't mean, you're doomed for life. Actually, speaking to myself right now, it means that, your time hasn't come yet. Don't give up, don't give in, don't feel as if it's never going to be in the cards for you, even if you feel like that right now and you kind of feel really lonely or sad. I know how it feels, man. Like I said, I've been there multiple times, and I know you're hurting. I know you're hurting, and I know how it feels because, like I said, I'm there. I've been there, but I'm still there right now as we speak. So it hurts, to find someone special and they don't find you special, to like someone and they don't like you back. And, sometimes I sit down and I say, man, it's like I'm never chosen. I choose people, but I'm never chosen. And, it's okay, man. At the end of the day, you have yourself. And I know it's the hardest thing to wrap around your head, like, oh, I have myself, but why do I feel so lonely? Well, it's okay to feel lonely, and I'm gonna make a video after this one about loneliness. So yeah, guys, just like I said, let it go. Just let it go, and use your best judgment. And I know right now you just want to try and save it because you're trying to survive, but the best, if you were to come to me as a friend, and this goes to both the women and the men watching this video, I would say let it go completely. And if they're a coworker, for a while, at least get your house in order first, and then you can revisit the friendship if it has to be revisited. And you can just tell them, hey, right now I'm gonna take a break from seeing you or talking to you. I gotta work some things out. And you do that, and then from there you work some things out and you come back, and maybe you can still be friends. And if in that period you feel like I don't want to be friends with this person, just let them know, hey, it was good, but let's just not do this anymore, but I wish you well. At the end of the day, we're just trying to make our lives bearable, and maybe by being with this person your life is unbearable. Maybe by being with this person you're hurting yourself. So what I'm trying to say, and just choose you at this point. Just choose you and figure out what you want to do and what works best for you. But don't lie to yourself. I know you can lie to yourself a lot, like, oh yeah, I can handle it, yeah, so bro, come on. Be honest with yourself, because if you're not honest with yourself, you're gonna end up hurting. And I don't want you to hurt yourself or hurt anyone else around you. So choose yourself. Be happy. I know right now you don't want to hear those words, but just try to find happiness somewhere else. Hobbies are good. Working out is good. Trust me, it works. Just take one day at a time, and don't take it personally. And your time will come. Hey, listen, I'm not a prophet. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, she might change her mind. He might change his mind. 99.9% of the time, they don't. So I'm not going to tell you to be optimistic. Oh, we might meet. No, please. It's not time to give you false hope. It's just time to give you the dose of reality that you need. So I would highly suggest you just move on from that point. I know it's painful, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, man. You got to choose you. Got to be happy for you and allow yourself to feel a certain type of way. And everything that happens for a reason. But like I said, your time will come. And I'm a Christian, and I believe that God will reward you for your beautiful heart, for all the good things you've done for people. And maybe no one has ever done the same for you. No one has ever reciprocated what you've done to other people. But I can take a bet and tell you God will surprise you one day. Maybe not today, maybe not in 6 months, maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but one day, just hang in there. God is going to surprise you. And you know what? You're going to meet this amazing person. They're going to be so freaking amazing. They're going to, it's like all the other people who have annoyed you, used you, cheated on you, or even broken your heart, rejected you, are just going to never have existed because of how amazing this person is going to be. You're not even going to struggle. They're going to love you so hard that it's going to be so easy. But the only way you're going to get there, is if you just hang in there. And we heal now. It's time to heal. Come on. It's time to heal. It's not time to go to the bar and get drunk and use drugs and hook up with a bunch of chicks or guys. It's time to heal. Okay? That's just what we got to do. And keep your head up. Just take your chest out and handle it. I'm always here for you, man. Hey. You feel some type of way, you ever get rejected, watch this video again, and maybe it's going to put certain things into perspective. But just know you're not alone. I've been there. People who watch this video probably have been there. And if you have any word of encouragement, please leave it down in the comments. Go through the comments. There are good people in this 35 people community. Small, but we got each other's backs, And I'm happy for you. And that you came here to seek guidance and advice. And I might not have all the answers sometimes, but I learned from my experiences. So don't be like Jeff and chase a demon to hell, because you'll get burnt. Oh, you'll get burnt. My goodness, you'll get burnt. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. And don't forget to choose yourself. And even when things get hard, always remember to keep trekking, fam.